up, everybody? V-Man 1313, and today we are not in our Volt. We are in the Whizzes. Alright, looking for the right profile there, so we're good. We are in the Whizzes BMW i3. A lot different than the Volt, but not. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to use it actually this whole week. And we're going to compare, contrast the two, and see what we get into. The i3 obviously has less gas range than the Volt, but obviously look at that, 82. And if we get down into Eco Pro Plus, 99 miles per charge. Now we're going to see how realistic that really is. We have the trip meter on 0. And we are set to go. So let me get going and I'll explain some things. So obviously the i3 is a very different vehicle as far as what information we're going to get. And I've actually never got to play with it. I never really, I've driven this car a lot, a whole lot. But I've never really gotten in here and played around with all these buttons and all these things, so I don't really know. We're gonna find these out together this week and see what it says and what it does and what it can and can't do and those kind of things. So we know our basis. We have a 16 to 18 mile drive to work, and I'm pretty early today, so I'm probably gonna take just take the back roads. What am I thinking today? What should we do? I don't mind them. I enjoy the back road a lot more than I do the interstate, but it is nice to know your baselines and what you can and can't do. On Saturday, we took it out, and it was the first day that I took over in the car for the week, and my baseline for Saturday was 82 miles for the charge. So that was pretty good. I don't know what the predicted mileage is. Let me throw that up on the screen there, because I don't really know what it is that BMW claims this car can do. So we'll get that up on the screen. We did not do any interstate on Saturday to get that 82. Then we stopped for lunch and actually charged at a fast charge station, paid $9, and filled up almost full. Not quite. We were a few miles short of what said was full. I think we got up to 95% battery, and we're able to put another 60 or 70 miles on the charge before it died, and we got home on gas. So this screen might be the best screen. I don't know. This might be the best screen that I can find to show us stuff. We'll see. I'll have to look around a little bit more, but we'll get into that later. First impressions, as you get, if I go from the Volt to this BMW, is from the Volt to this i3, I will say, is that the screen is like going from like a 40-inch, like a 32-inch, 38-inch screen TV to a 60-inch screen TV. As you look out, it feels like you have so much more field of view. The rear view mirror is still very intrusive. No, I shouldn't say very. It's still intrusive. Not as intrusive as the Volt. The Volt, my goodness, that rear view mirror and all that up there is very intrusive. It blinds parts of things. I mean, it's way up there, so it's not like that it's a big deal. You can still see, but here you feel like you have a whole big cinematic view, and it's pretty nice. You do sit up higher. I am sitting up a lot higher than I am in the Volt. The Volt sits much lower into the car, whereas I feel like I'm sitting on top here. And right here is a great third point. My goodness, the one pedal driving is a breeze on this car. I'm about to put the foot on the brake for the first time today, and that's only because I was going down the hill there, and I'm still going to get used to this one pedal driving. But the regen on this is huge. It's way more powerful than the Volt. I warned the Wiz about that because she's so used to the one pedal driving now that she's going to have to put her foot on the brake a lot more in the Volt than she does on this. Those are the first three things that you kind of feel when you get in here. The quality of the car. The Volt is by no means a POS car inside. I feel like it's very well made. I have lots of different cars, background in different cars that I've driven in my years, and it definitely doesn't feel like a cheap car inside. But come on, this is a BMW. When you get in here, you feel the quality, and you can't deny it. You feel the quality of the car. Number 5, I would say, is the distance, the mileage, the electric charge. That would probably be higher than I'm putting it, but maybe these are not necessarily in order. But I'm telling you how I'm seeing them and feeling them. And we talked about that first, so maybe that does go higher. But anyway, you do notice that you have a lot more charge for electricity. If I can't point at it there, but if you look on the right hand side here is the blue. The blue is your electricity, and on the left is the little gas tank and your mileage with gas. We used up quite a bit on Saturday, so we're down to 51 miles. Actually, not quite a bit. We used a quarter of a tank, a little over a quarter of a tank. And so this one only takes 2 gallons. We've never even put 2 gallons of gas in this thing. We usually put like 1.3. that's like when you empty it. When it says it needs more, we put in, and it's like 1.3. But apparently, it's almost 2. It's not quite 2 gallons, but it's almost 2 gallons that you can put in here. And so, yeah, you notice, we went from, I'm hoping for 41 miles per charge. I'm hoping that I have a 41, and this thing had a 99 there, telling me I could possibly get 99 miles out of my range. Right now, we're down to 89 miles of electricity, but we've already been 6.6 miles, and so, there's 95 miles. That's a lot. That's a heck of a lot. So I turned this one on a little bit late. I put it on automatically reset, so let's see what that entails. Maybe that's after you fully charge it, it resets that. I hope that's what it means. It might just be your one trip. I noticed we averaged 4.3. That's a very constant number. Both of us, the Wiz and I both, average 4.3 miles per kilowatt hour. It's at 4.4 there. So what I like here is that it's telling me well, I was gonna say it tells me the max speed we got up to, but I guess it doesn't. I don't. Again, we got to figure these out. I haven't really got into this car and got into it like I did the Volt. So this week, that's what we're gonna do. So far, we've been 11 miles, 12 miles, and got 80 miles of charge left. So 92 miles. That's dropping little by little, not as fast as the Volt drops and then kind of evens out. So right there, we have 92 miles for this charge. We'll see what that gets to. So I think this is the best of the information that we can get to kind of match up what we've been looking at on the Volt. I'm able to put the navigation on one split screen. That's kind of cool. I like that. So I don't really care about the navigation, but I know where I'm going. I'm going to work. But at least we have the info there in the navigation, so we got something to look at. So I started at this about 2 miles late. It says 13 miles. We're actually at 15.5 miles. And again, I'm not sure what that info really will tell us much more than this info here. 73 miles. We've been 15 and a half. That's 88, so it's still dropping and dropping. So I'm not sure if I'm just not driving great or the cool temperatures. You have the in the middle there, the piano keys, as I call them, underneath the speed limit of 51. We do have the power, whether you're using up a lot or not. If you see the white line there, if I let go, it goes down to charge. If I push it, it goes up. So we do have something similar to the green ball that bounces around in the volt. As you can see, the car has 33,357 miles on it. We bought it with just around 20, I want to say. It was around 19 or 20. We paid around $20,000 for this car. It was, I believe, 18 plus out the door. We ended up with around 20. And so another good deal, I felt like, on an electric car. This car is well worth the money. I have no complaints about this car. It's not a long distance traveling car. The Volt probably makes a better long distance traveler. But as a commuter / everyday use, yeah, you definitely can use this car big time. Much better than the Volt as far as just going on electricity. So that's a big deal. We're going to go ahead and fill her up, even though we don't need to. We're going to go ahead and put a full tank of gas in this one, and we'll go from there. I guess I could show you the difference here in fueling up this car. I mean, you have to go through a process, which isn't a big deal. It's not that big a thing. But you can see there's nothing here. You have to go down here and hold the gas button. And once I push that, notice what happens on the screen. Ready to refuel at 0.95%. Refueling is possible. So you actually have to, I want to say, decompress the gas tank in order to fuel up. The very first time we try to fuel up this car, that was not working. It was actually having some, there was a recall on it or something, and we took it to the dealership and had to get it fixed. So yeah, as you can see, 91's the minimum. We usually put the highest on there. The gas doesn't get used that much, and so, and this isn't gonna take, but you'll see. Half a gallon of gas. See if we can get $2 in there. 202, come on. We'll go to 207. If you remember, we had 50 miles of gas range left. So half a gallon of gas, just a little over half a gallon. Let's see what that gave us. It says 70, but we were on Eco Pro Plus. So that gave us, what, 5, 6, 7, 34 miles. Roundabout, obviously. Half a gallon, and we got 30, let's say 30 miles of gas. That's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, it gets around, what, 60 miles per gallon? Not bad, not bad. We're at 70 with 17 that we've done and 70 left, so 87. Alright, we got about a mile or so left to school, to work. We've got 70 miles left of charge. We used up about 20% of the battery. So in theory, we could go to work, go back home, come to work, go back home, and still have battery, or we could go 2 days to work without ever charging. We might try that this week and see how that works out. But as of now, we've been 18 miles and we've used up 70, so 88 for the battery so far. Alrighty, that's our morning experiment. Let's see what happens this afternoon. Alright, well, here we are, headed home. It's we got 72% battery left. Temperature is 77 degrees. I didn't get out here and there was no rise in battery. It seems like when I get out into the Volt, I have more battery than when I parked. When I get back in it, I have a mile or two. Here we are. 62 left. I've been 25, 26. So 87. I forgot to look up how much it is. I have to look that up. Alright, we're almost home. We got less than a mile to home, about half a mile, and we've got 55 still showing, and we've been 36, so wow. That's 91. That's cool. So 91, and it's supposed to be 72 predicted, so definitely gets your money's worth out of this. We're probably gonna be taking the car out and driving it out a couple miles or so, a few miles, and so we'll see if I can make it to work and back tomorrow, but we'll see that in the morning.